Okay, so the Deerhunter achievement. This is going to be a very short video just explaining the principles. This settlement here is the same one that I used to get all the techs in 6 hours, the Express Evolution achievement. But as you can see, it's been updated a bit. I've got 2 gates everywhere, so they're ready to attack the first gate. If they get through the first, they've still got to attack the second, whilst these towers rain down on them. And that's the same at every gate. I've got a few more roundhouses, a bit more population. The walls are now being turned into double stone rather than stone and wood. So I'm basically farming stone and getting it. I've got the water mills up and the ovens up. My food is pretty good. I've got horses involved so that I can have carts. So this is a pretty nice little settlement. I've taken out some fields here to put in more roundhouses to get me more population, which is important for dealing with raiders. As you can see, I've got enough mail armor for everyone. We've got plenty of shields, swords. Could do with some more spears actually. Let's get that kicked off. Right, so you will also note that I have not built a single guard tower. They are expensive in iron and expensive in iron to maintain as well. Current deer count is 131, so I've been doing this for a while. And here is the technique that I've worked out. First of all, once a season, as the population renews, we go off looking for deer. That's donkey, that's deer. We find deer, we instantly put a hunt marker on it. Now I know that appears to be very, very wasteful because that appears to be sending out 8 different hunting parties. But that marker is going to be very useful in the chaos of battle. Okay, so let's grab a nice big hunting party by holding down H while we click with the mouse, and then we right click on one of the targets. Now the reason we right click on one of the targets is that means that anyone who doesn't have a hunting weapon goes and gets one. But I think holding down H ensures you only get people with hunting weapons. Let's speed things up. It is spring, it's just turned into summer. There's another reason I mark them all as hunted, is that I believe animals don't despawn if they're marked for hunting. And the reason I'm led to believe that is that I once marked an Orlock for hunting, and almost immediately the rest of the herd despawned as the season changed. So I think marking them for hunting keeps them on the map. And we've got a decent number here now. My hunters are approaching. When they attack, that herd is going to scatter. Like so. But I can still see where all of them are because they're all marked with a target. The one I was currently hunting is a bit fast, so let's switch to that one. Got him. Press tab to pause the game and get this one. The reason I'm getting these ones is I'm hoping the others will either slow down or come back. And indeed, there's one coming back into my path. Let's get it. It's now running away. The others have kind of spread out. They're all going well away from base, so let's still continue to focus on this one. It will slow down eventually. Where are the others? Oh, they've all gathered over here. That's nice of them. One big bunch. I think the hunting party that came from camp got the other because I've got enough capacity that they might well have come from camp. So let's get the final one. And if we don't, no bother. It's still marked for hunting. so somebody from camp will get it. We got it. Now, we're at 150% workload. We've got plenty of meat. We've got plenty of skins and leather. We're not using bone at all at this stage in the game. So sometimes what I will do is actually cancel the butchering tasks, because all that means is we're going to have a bunch of people coming out of camp butchering, another bunch of people coming and collecting the resources, and honestly they would be better put to work upgrading my defences to stone. I've no shortage of food. Food in fact is at risk of rotting, so this hunting party is done. So I'm going to give them no further orders, and they will just naturally disband because their last task is done. And we go and look over here. Do we have any deer over here? We do. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to mark them all as huntable. We're going to come back to camp. It's summer, so we're not spring or autumn trying to plant or harvest crops and straw, and we'll get this hunting party to come out and do this one, and basically rinse and repeat. As soon as the season changes, check your work capacity, see who you've got. If it's winter, make sure you're not sending people out without winter clothing. And I will pause this video because it's very clear. I'm going to use the exact same technique on all these deer that I used on the last lot of unfortunate deer. Actually, why not show it? Because I'm only like a couple of deer away from completion of this herd. That one is closer. Let's get that one. It's going to get away. Okay. Okay. I don't want this hunting party going out and exhausting itself, so I shall simply cancel the butchering tasks on those. And let's fast forward to winter. Actually, we need to stop by autumn because everything has respawned. There's a deer, I could tell by the antlers. I've double clicked it, but there's nothing else nearby. In this case, I will put down a single hunting job, because doing it manually would just be overkill. There's only one animal to hunt, and my hunters now have steel spears and composite bows. They're not going to find it challenging. There's nothing up there. Nothing down there, nothing round here. So actually that's a pretty good demonstration that on some seasons you're going to get absolutely nothing. Right, see you in winter. Okay, welcome to winter. Let's pause. We've just entered winter. Temperature is cold, but you will notice that people are still wearing linen. Ooh, somebody's in wool. Somebody had foresight. But a lot of people are still wearing linen. If only I could select any of them. And so, even though this person's got a composite bow and would show up in the hunter selection screen, I don't want to send him out because he's wearing linen and it's winter. So the odds of him freezing to death are pretty good. He's actually on his way to get a wool outfit, because he's sensible. Let's see if we can find somebody who isn't as sensible and isn't equipping themselves. They're off to the rock pile. Good for them. So, but they've got a composite bow, so they would show up as a hunter. They really ought to change their priorities immediately. They don't. So let's sound an alarm briefly and now turn it off. So he was going to get a steel axe, and now he's going to get a wool outfit because it's winter. So sounding the alarm cancels all current work tasks, and then cancelling the alarm reassigns everybody to the most sensible work task. They don't all go and get wool outfits, but enough do to reduce the risk of a winter hunter party suffering casualties from hypothermia. It also, by the way, makes thirsty people go and drink, but only if that's below 50%. And likewise, hungry people will go and eat, but only if that's below 50%. So even that won't stop people dying on a long journey. Like if I was sending people out here, we're still at risk. In autumn, they can forage. In summer, they can forage. In winter and spring, there is nothing they can forage. But I could now send out a hunting party a moderate distance. I'd go up to here, but probably no further. But it looks as if no deer have spawned in around the usual areas. Ibex, yep. Donkeys. Mouflon. Okay, so nothing spawned in, but if it had, I would come up to here once they're in their woolen clothing. And because I'm going for the achievement, I'd be okay with losing a few humans. The raiders aren't troubling me. I've got 111. That workload is generally okay. It's high at the moment just because I'm replacing the last of the wooden walls with stone. So, I'm well on the way to getting the achievement, and if I get it, I'll record that moment. So, I'm at 194 deer, and I've just marked 7 for hunting. I haven't bothered to send out one big party. We're not on that high a workload. Here come a flood of people though, all after deer. And just because I wanted to show it's possible, I've got capacity for 165. I'm at 124, so I could be getting the Iron Settlement milestone if I wanted it. These individual hunting parties are really whack, aren't they? Alright. I think they've also disabled the animal got away notification due to it being incredibly spammy at this point in the game. Just like they've disabled people dying notifications. I've almost given up. I really should have taken out a hunting party. Right, come on you. Specifically you, take out that one. Oi. Come on. Get them hunted. Don't make me take out a hunting party, that'd be embarrassing. Fine. We'll do it ourselves. There's one. Now I need 2 more. Are there any in the vicinity? Yes, there are. Let's get our party to go and get them. 199 deer hunted. I think that's a deer. That's definitely a deer. 200. Achievement, please. No? No achievement? We've got the achievement. Okay. Which has let me 100% that game. That's nice. That's satisfying. I like this game. It could be better. I'll do a review of it later if I can be bothered. I've got 181 hours of play. I bought it like 3 weeks ago. So to say it's addictive is to say the least.